Ooh, this woman is studying for the CELPIP exam, and she's using my book to help her study. Wow, I'm so honored. Thank you to everyone who has bought my book to help them study for this exam. I'm just so happy and thankful for that. Hey, if you're not using my book and you would like to buy my book, you can just go on my website, metv.cool, and download a PDF copy of my book. Okay, now one thing I say in my book is that the best way to practice is to buy a cheap headset and record your answers in your phone. Okay, I picked up this headset here on Amazon for under $20. It was the cheapest one I could find on Amazon, so I bought it. If you want to get this one, I'll put the link to this down there in the description. Now, the nice thing about this one is you can use it with your smartphone or your computer. Okay, some headsets aren't compatible with your smartphone for recording, but this one works great. The audio quality is really good. If you record your answers in this, I think you'll be really happy about that. Now, when I first took these out of the box and I tried them on, they were really uncomfortable. I thought, oh no, these are terrible. But then I adjusted them a little bit over my ears and I wore them for 3 or 4 minutes. And then I realized they're actually really comfortable. I actually really like wearing them now. But when I first took them out, I thought they were really bad. I thought I made a bad purchase. So just so you know, if you do buy these, then just give it a few minutes to get used to them, and then I think you'll really like them. They seem like really good quality ones. Anyway, if you want to pick up these, I'll put the link down in the description there. Okay, now the other thing you're going to need is a voice recording app on your phone. Do you have one? If you already have one, that's great. If not, I would recommend this one called Easy Voice Recorder. It's for both Android and iPhone. Okay, I actually have an iPhone and an Android phone, and I've tested this app on both phones and it works great. Okay, the nice thing is it's free. Okay, so you just download it onto your phone and then it's just super easy to use. You just press record and it starts recording. It's very good quality. And then after you're finished recording, you can share the file with someone else. Okay, so you could send your recording to one of your friends who speaks better English than you. And you could say, hey, can you sort of review my recording and give me some tips if I need to improve my grammar or my pronunciation, okay? So I think this is probably the best way to practice. And you know, if you get a headset and if you practice like this, then it's like how it is on the exam, right? So you'll be more used to the idea of having a microphone right here, and you'll see the timer counting on your recording. Okay, so that's good too. Then you can sort of gauge your answer, because some people just practice without seeing a timer, and that's not good because on the test, I mean, you have to keep your answer within a certain time. Like if it's a 90-second answer, you should definitely speak for more than like 70 seconds and less than 90 seconds. Okay, so somewhere in there. So you need to practice doing that. I think this is a great combination if you have any sort of smartphone and a cheap headset. Okay, so let's actually do a practice question. Here, so you can see me using this, and then I'll play back the recording for you on my phone so you can see the quality of it, okay? So here is the question. Let's practice task 7 on the speaking part of the test, which is giving your opinion on a topic, okay? So here's the question. Should the Canadian government invest in schools or hospitals? Well, it doesn't really matter what we pick because there's no right or wrong answers. Just pick whatever one is easier for you. I'm just going to choose schools, okay? The Canadian government should invest in schools. Now, for this question, you have 30 seconds to prepare and 90 seconds to speak. Okay, so you just need to write down some quick notes. If you can think of 3 points to talk about, that would be great. Okay, here are my points. The first thing, I'm just going to say, well, it's better to invest in schools instead of hospitals because preventing a disease is much cheaper than treating a disease in a hospital, right? Now, I don't know. I just made that up, okay? It probably is true. And I'm going to use some statistics. Okay, I'm going to say, for example, I was reading a magazine article last week that said the average cost of treating a disease in a Canadian hospital is $40,000. Okay, I just made that up. Who knows? For questions like this, you just need to make up some examples, make up some statistics. They don't have to be true. You have to become a good liar, okay, for questions like this. Okay, my second reason is going to be that hospitals are already good. Canada has one of the best healthcare systems, and we don't really need to fix our hospitals. The other point I'm going to say is that, schools should be clean. Maybe I'll think of an example of, a school I was at recently that was a bit dirty, and schools should be very clean places and very well-maintained places to promote health among the students, right? If a school is really dirty, or if there's, let's say, mold growing on the walls, that's a very unhealthy environment, and that's going to put more burden on the healthcare system as well, right? So, who knows? Are these good reasons? Are they bad reasons? Well, you only have 30 seconds to prepare, okay? So don't worry if some of your reasons aren't that good. We could all give a perfect answer if we had an hour to prepare for this question, right? But we don't. We only have 30 seconds, okay? So I'm just going to give it a shot here. Okay, I've started. Okay, I think the Canadian government should invest in schools instead of hospitals for several reasons. Okay, the first thing I would say is that preventing a disease is a lot cheaper than treating a disease in a hospital. Actually, I was just reading a magazine article a few days ago, and that article was saying that the average cost of treating a disease in a hospital is $40,000 here in Canada. Wow, that's a lot of money. I think that $40,000 could be better spent preventing disease by doing different programs in schools. For example, promoting healthy eating, teaching kids how to take care of their bodies, maybe investing in an exercise program at the school. Okay, so I definitely think that would be a better use of money. Now, the other thing in Canada is that hospitals are already really good. Canada's got one of the best healthcare systems in the world, so I don't think we really need to spend more money on that. Now, another thing I would say is that schools should be really clean. I was at my nephew's graduation last weekend and I saw some mold growing on the walls. That's a really bad environment for kids to learn in. Anyway, that's why I would say the Canadian government should invest in schools instead of hospitals. Perfect. Okay, right on time. So I was a little bit rushed at the end, but hey, I said everything I needed to. I spent a little bit too long talking about this point here. I probably spent a whole minute talking about this, and then I was a little bit rushed in these points. But hey, you know what? On the test, you're not going to give a perfect answer. Look, I tried my best. Now I'm thinking back about it, I'm not happy with it. But you know what? It was fine. It was pretty good. I'm sure I would get a pretty high score for that answer. Hey, do you think it was a good answer? Do you want me to take the test for you? If you do, click on the like button right down there. Maybe the CELPIP people will let me take the test for you, at least the speaking part. Okay, so let's take a look at, let me unplug this, and let's take a look at my answer. Okay, I've started. Okay, I think the Canadian government should invest in schools instead of hospitals for several reasons. Okay, the first thing I would say is that that's my voice.
Preventing a disease
is a lot cheaper than treating a disease in a hospital. Okay, anyway, that's my recording. Hey, I think this is a great way to practice, but I want to know, what do you think are some good ideas to practice? What are you doing to prepare for the test? Are you using this method, or do you have some other tips? Let us know down there in the comments. Other students probably want to benefit from, any tips. So anything you think is a good idea, let us know down there in the comments, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.